G'day, Peter here from Oz Commercial Sewing Machines. I'm going to try and show you a basic level of how to time a Jack industrial straight stitch sewing machine. Now, I've taken off the needle plate and the feed dogs on this one so you can see a little better, and I hope you can see in there. I've kind of got the camera on in a weird spot to be able to get this. But what we're going to do, now I'm going to take the needle to the bottom of the stroke, the very bottom of the stroke. So which is about there, so I'll just wobble it around a bit so I can know that I've got the bottom. Okay, that's pretty much the bottom of the stroke right there. Now I'm going to come up, bring the needle up to about 2 millimeters. I've done this prior measurement, so I know that it's going to be about 2 millimeters on the upstroke, which is winding the hand wheel towards you. And at that point there, okay, you can see the hook directly behind the needle in the scarf cutout. So that's where it's going to be picked up. Now there is such a tiny little gap in there, the hook is almost touching the back of the needle, which is why the cutout is there. The needle upstroke has just come up enough to create a small loop for that hook to be able to pick it up from that close point to the needle. So that is a correct timing. Now, I'm not sure if you can see the eye there, but that is the correct distance that you need to be able to get into that. So I think it's close to around 2 to 3, between 2 and 2.5 millimeters of gap that you need between the eye of the hook and eye of the needle and the hook. If you're any further up or down, it's just going to be too much room, too much gap. Your hook's going to hit the needle because it's not going to be in the gap if you're too low, and if you're too high, you're just not going to pick up that thread. So the needle bar height is critical, as well as the hook timing. Now, if your hook timing is out, there are 2 screws connecting the entire hook assembly to the horizontal lower shaft. If you need to correct your timing, you set the needle at about 2 millimeters on the upstroke and loosen the 2 screws that hold the hook assembly in place. Then you can maneuver the entire assembly to where it needs to be so that it looks like this. Now, if your needle bar height is wrong, that's another adjustment that you need to make, but most of these sorts of adjustments are best left to people that know what they're doing. So if your timing is a long way out on both the needle bar and the hook timing, and even the feed timing, you really need to book in and go and see your technician. But basic hook timing you can do yourself. Just make sure that your needle bar height is correct at the point of the hook crossing the needle. I hope this helps. Thanks.